75, 74.
Thank you.
30 seconds.
30 to air. So you're about 7 minutes out up there.
Alright, so Val, will you count for us?
Yeah. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10,
DDR1?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We'll take.
JDHS students to walk out in protest.
A book signing by a JDHS author.
And track and field is up and running. Also on the show, we announced the themes for Spirit Week.
Native Youth Olympics are coming up, and Region 5 is happening right now. All right here on JDTV News.
Go mics.
Next slide.
Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is up.
Welcome to JDTV News. I'm your friendly host, Mia.
And I'm your other friendly host, Forrest. On a more serious note, after the school shooting in Parkland, Florida on February 14th, which left 17 students dead and many more injured, students across the nation have been planning to walk out of their high schools as a form of protest to bring an end to gun violence in schools.
Students here at JDHS will be walking with them. At 10 a.m. on March 14th, students are planning to stand up and walk out of their classrooms, meet outside of the school, and then march up to the state capitol building for a rally with 2 student speakers. We spoke with an organizer of JDHS Walkout, who is also a member of JDTV News crew, to find out more.
Students should participate because this is a chance to make our voices heard, and because we as students have dealt with this issue for most of our lives, doing Alice Jills, lock-ins, lockdowns, everything like that. And that fear is not something that should be normal. It's not something we should stand for. And so we should stand up and walk out.
Take 2.
The school district issued a statement yesterday that while they are not promoting the walkout, they respect students' rights to peacefully assemble and will not discipline students for the act of peaceful protest. However, attendance rules at each school still apply. If students do not want to be marked absent, their parents can excuse them from 10 a.m. to 11. Here at JDHS, a student has been writing a graphic novel for the past 2 years. Downtown at the Alaska Robotics, she held a selling and signing. We sent Luke to check it out.
This last First Friday, a student here at JDHS by the name of Claire Scott had a book selling and signing of the graphic novel she wrote and illustrated.
The basic plot of my story
50 seconds.
is 2 adoptive sisters coming together to do vigilante acts in a town where it's the most terrible thing you can do.
Down a little more.
I have been working on this book for 2.5 years. I got my characters from
30
my
seconds.
2 pets, which are cats. Their names are Willie and Bertha, and their antics really inspired the story.
Claire would like to continue her illustrations
seconds.
with another book.
Maybe not a sequel to this, but a making of short stories
13,
and
12,
making those
11,
into comics.
10,
After
9,
this show,
8, 7,
people can see my
6,
work at the
5,
Alaska
4,
Robotics Minicon,
3,
which will be happening in
1.
April.
Have you heard of the Native Youth Olympics, Mia?
Yes, I have, but let's look further into with an interview from Kyle Worrell.
Hello, my name is Kyle Worrell. I coach Native Youth Olympics here at Juneau Douglas High School.
37 seconds.
Native Youth Olympics is a statewide sport that's done all throughout Alaska, and we're trying to introduce it here at Juneau Douglas High School.
30 seconds.
This is a sport open to anybody. You don't have to have prior experience with it. These games were used by the indigenous people of
20
Alaska
seconds.
to test strength, agility, endurance, and balance. So they're a fun sport to join. There's 10 different official games in the competition.
9, 8,
we practice
7,
Mondays at lunch
6,
in the Aux Gym
5,
and Wednesdays
4,
after school in the
3,
Commons. So we hope you
2,
can join us.
1. Take.
Thanks.
A great sport activity, and up next we have even more sports.
Now on to throwing a ball into a hoop with Janessa.
Thanks, Forrest. Yes, a busy week for the basketball teams.
One is up.
This week, the JD boys and girls basketball teams, as well as the JD cheer team, have traveled to Ketchikan for this year's Region 5 tournament. A double elimination bracket is being used to determine the champions of the tournament. A double elimination bracket means that a team must lose twice before they are no longer in the tournament. This gives teams a chance to win, even if they've lost their first game. To help clarify how the bracket works, we've added arrows to the girls' bracket. Let's jump in. On the first day of the tournament, the JD girls played the TM girls and won with a score of 56-27. This means that the JD girls moved on to play K-High, while TM dropped down to the losers bracket. On the second day of the tournament, the JD girls played K-High and lost with a score of 50-59. This means that the JD girls dropped down to the losers bracket to play the TM girls, and the K-High girls moved on in the tournament. On the third day of the tournament, the JD girls played TM and won with a close score of 44-40. The JD girls moved on in the tournament. This was the second time the TM girls had lost, which means they are no longer in the tournament. On the fourth day of the tournament, which is today, Friday, March 9th, the JD girls will play the K-High girls. If the JD girls lose, they are out of the tournament. However, if they win, they will have to play K-High a second time, as K-High needs to lose twice before they are out of the tournament. As of right now, K-High hasn't lost yet. Moving on to a quick rundown of the boys' game. Now, finally, the boys' bracket. On the first day of the tournament, the JD boys played the K-High boys and lost with a score of 54-58. The JD boys dropped down to the losers bracket to play the TM boys on the third day of the tournament. The JD boys pulled through and won with a very close score of 47-45. They will play K-High today, Friday, March 9th. If the K-High boys win, they win the tournament. If JD wins, they have to play K-High again, as K-High needs to lose 2 games before they are no longer in the tournament. That's all for basketball. Stay tuned for the final results of the tournament on next week's show.
One is up.
Moving into spring sports, track and field is getting underway. Jeanette Gagnon has been coaching for 15 years, and she told us what's involved.
So athletes start coming to our practices and join us. They can run distance races, which are generally the 800, the mile, and the 2 mile. They can run sprints, which are generally the 100, the 200, and the 400. Or they can participate in field events, such as the high jump, or the hurdles, or the long jump, or discus and shot put.
That's good, thank you.
So we will be going to Ketchikan, to Sitka, to Haines, and then our state meet is up in Palmer this year. And our home meets are at the Thunder Mountain track, and they will be May 4th and 5th. And then regionals will be out there on May 18th and 19th. We fundraise by, right now we're selling 14. Oranges, grapefruit, and clementines. So if you want some of the sweetest
10,
fruit that you've ever
9,
had,
8,
you can find a track
7,
and field athlete,
6,
and they are selling
5,
boxes of oranges,
4,
grapefruit, and clementine
3,
that will arrive
2,
around the second week of April.
That's all for sports.
Thanks, Janessa.
Now for the calendar, because students want to be reminded that they have school next week. Monday, March 12th, Spirit Week begins, and the first theme is Dressed Like a Lumberjack Day. Be sure to wear a flannel shirt and blue jeans.
Tuesday, March 13th is the second day of Spirit Week, and it is Olympic Sports Day. Just don't bring a javelin to school.
Wednesday, March 14th is Future Goals Day. The walkout is at 10 a.m., so don't forget to wear orange. And there are choir, orchestra, and band concerts from 7 to 9 p.m.
Thursday, March 15th is Outdated Trends Day. So wear some neon clothing, white bands, and silly bands, or just wear a Gap sweater.
Okay, stand by on the street.
Friday, March 16th is Spring Vacation Day. It's not actually spring vacation, but you can still bring your beach bods. That's it for the calendar. What an interesting week.
Want to know what else is interesting? Meteorology. Let's take a look into that with the weather. How is it out there?
It's snowy for now, and there's more on the way. But it's also warming up, and it might get wetter over the weekend and into next week. Let's take a look at the satellite map. After the nice weather yesterday, we have a new weather system arriving from the north to bring us more snow. Today, there is a 100% chance of precipitation. There will be a high of 37 degrees and a low of 30 degrees. Saturday will be cloudy with a high of around 40 degrees and a low of 36. Sunday it will be cloudy and it is likely we'll have rain. There will be a high of 43 and a low of 35. And now jumping over to Wednesday for the walkout, it will be partly sunny with a high of 39. There's a chance of rain and snow, so dress appropriately. And that's it for weather. Back to you, Mia.
Thanks, Serena. Stay warm out there. Brr, a good weekend to
Street
stay
clear.
inside.
Unless you like snow, and then you should head to Eagle Crest.
Or stay inside and go visit our website, jdhsvideo.org.
And if you're in a twitty mood, follow us on Twitter.
Thanks for watching. Tune in next week for more JDTV news. Go Bears!
Sound. Kill line. How long until black? Look at the clock. What time does the show end?
30 seconds.
Go.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Did we invent all?
Oh, yep. Studio